My name is Mary Stewart Adams, and I have to say I'm quite honored to be the one standing here at this moment with this microphone, because we have a wonderful, enthusiastic, and illustrious group of people that have to come together to make a moment like this possible. Now, some of you may know me as the International Dark Sky Park Program Director, and you might wonder, why is the person who teaches about the night sky standing here next to this beautiful ship? Well, I have an idea, and perhaps it's just my own little philosophy, but I think that oftentimes in humanity we hear about reaching for your star. And I really believe that when we find our stars, then things start to fall into place, and community can start to see itself, and really exciting things can start to happen, including what's going on here today with welcoming the Arm Sloop welcome back to its home base, you could say, but also in this gesture of welcoming the welcome back home, we are introducing the Dark Sky Coast Association, which is not just about the dark sky. It's about all the marvelous things that Emmett County has going on up here in the northwestern part of the county, which includes the lighthouse, which includes the headlands, which includes the shoreline, at least all the way down to Cross Village, that's been protected for night sky, but then also welcoming the Arm Sloop welcome back into our midst as a centerpiece for a dynamic opportunity to do a lot of wonderful interpretation about the history of this area and all the great people that are here.
4 months and 40 years ago, no doubt there was a similar gathering about a few miles east of us, and the construction of Welcome began in 1974. The Mackinac State Park Commission operated the boat during that time up until about 1989. Looking around, I see a few crew members that were aboard her during the 80s and aboard her during the past 10 years. By 1989, as typical of a vessel of this period, Welcome had succumbed to rot, and she was placed upon the hard somewhere in Sheboygan at Wellstrom Marina. I believe it was around 1990, one of the members of Maritime Heritage Alliance and also president of the organization, Rich Brower, found her sitting there rotting away. The state leased the boat to Welcome, and reconstruction began around 1992 when she was brought up to Traverse City. About 2005, the boat was relaunched into Grand Traverse Bay and started to rig. And from 2006 up until 2012, the vessel was active in its sailings on Grand Traverse Bay. We also made several sorties out into the lake. Around 2009, we took a trip that landed us up into Mackinac City, down to Sheboygan, where she was once on dry dock, all the way down to Rogers City. In 2012, we were invited to Canada, St. Joseph Island, to start the ceremonies of the War of 1812. The Canadians invited us there, and Welcome went. Even though she was not historically present, we were glad to go anyway, and with a chance to fire our guns. It was a very successful trip. We left Traverse City under the British flag, shelling the Cherry Festival, West Beach, East Beach, the Traverse City Yacht Club. We left Harbor Springs, and on the way up to Mackinac Island, we came across two vessels, reproductions of the Nina and the Pinta. They not flying the British flag, they were also fired upon. And sunk, because later we heard one of the vessels ran aground as they came into port in Petoskey. As we passed Wilderness State Park on the way to the island, we noticed a gathering of colonials in rebellion, and we fired on them also again. We passed the Fort Mackinac City. Someone said they were flying the British flag, and it was a salute. I determined it was Americans flying false colors, and we gave them 1 or 2 broadsides. We sailed under the bridge, under our way to Mackinac Island, and yes, you guessed it, 3 or 4 more broadsides were expended on the fort there. And as it so happened, the British brig Niagara came downbound. And out of the fog, the people on shore saw both vessels engaged in combat. Unfortunately, The American vessel didn't carry a whole lot of gunpowder, but we did. So that vessel has also been sunk. Some of our other accomplishments of this vessel behind me was the sinking of the Friends Goodwill, an 1812 sloop. Also, the Pride of Baltimore II came into Traverse City, and we promptly sunk that vessel as well.
To the sailors of yesterday and today, to the welcome, we make this ceremonial toast as our expression of gratitude. That's one. The moods of the Great Lakes are many, from tranquil to violent. We honor the service the original welcome rendered, and that the replica welcome fulfilled. May her story continue as of a strong keel to keep out the pressures of the sea. Our welcome to the welcome. That's number 2. Today, we come to honor this lady welcome and receive her here to be cared for and to care for this ground and woods we know as the headlands that will now serve as her home. We ask the sailors who served and the mood of God that is the Great Lakes to accept this new role of the welcome, to help her to be a vessel of the land, though she was built for the sea, and to allow all those who encounter her to continue in their quest for an engaging and informed life. Our welcome to the welcome. Thank you all for coming. Don't forget, we have a gift bag for everyone. There's a welcome pin, appropriately with Emmett County on it now. We also have a bag that has a t-shirt in it. We have the note cards, the t-shirts, and then, almost most importantly, the flyer giving you more information about the Dark Sky Coast Association and our intentions to house the welcome and everything else that will go with it. Thanks one and all for coming, and thanks to all of the staff at Emmett County for helping to support this event today. All right.